Today we're going to be discussing the top 5 neighborhoods in Lubbock.
Okay, starting at number 5, let's start with Rush. This is from 4th to 19th, Quaker to Toledo. So you'll see the average price in here starts at about $300 and go all the way up to just call it $900,000. You're gonna see a lot of really big, older ranch style, big porches, a lot of square footage in this neighborhood. Also a lot of remodels. So you'll see a lot of older houses that are very modern, very updated. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah, so Rush is one of the first neighborhoods that was ever in Lubbock. So a lot of the houses built in the 30s, 40s, 50s, but have been remodeled since. Just a really great all around neighborhood.
Coming in strong, number 5.
Yeah, oh, and then we want to do Higginbotham Park. I guess I can do that right now. So Rush is right next to one of the most premier parks in Lubbock, Higginbotham. Got a big little pond of water and a huge track that runs around the whole thing. So it's a great park. Lots of ducks and geese as well. So coming in at number 4 is gonna be Tech Terrace, another one of the first neighborhoods in Lubbock. It is literally right across the street from Texas Tech University. So if you're a college student, if you're a professor, if you're maybe med school student, something like that, it is literally within walking distance to Texas Tech. Right across the street, quick drive. So a lot of the houses in Tech Terrace, price range average, I know it's a big difference, but around 200 to 600 is where you're gonna find most 3 2s, 4 2s, even some 2 1s sprinkled in there. So really great neighborhood in general. You're just getting a lot of very family oriented, and it's right next to Tech Terrace Park, which is another premier park in Lubbock. No water there, but a lot of activity, people doing yoga, reading books, hanging out at the park with the family. It's a great neighborhood to raise a family.
Yeah, so like Andrew was talking about, we have a pretty wide range, and the reason for that, the closer you get to 19th and Tech, you're gonna see a lot of the bigger, more established homes, a lot of professors living here, more square footage. As we move further away from 19th, closer to 34th, you'll see more of the college housing, like you said, more of the 2 1s, the 3 1s, college students there. But the real draw to Tech Terrace is the community it has on 26th and Boston. You have a coffee shop there, you have a neighborhood grocery store, a lot of cool amenities that circle a college community. So a lot of times you'll see investors from the metroplexes, Houston, Dallas, Austin coming here. Kiddos are coming to Tech, and it just makes most sense to be in Tech Terrace. So you'll see a lot of that as well. So potential for some great investing also.
Yeah, my favorite pizza joint and coffee shop are actually in Tech Terrace. J&B Coffee and Capital Pizza. Cannot miss. Fantastic eatery.
Okay, coming in number 3, a lot of character and a little bit newer. So we have Vintage Township. This is on 114th between Quaker and Slide. And this area just screams character. You have a lot of mid-modern, sandlot type, just a really cool area. Not a ton of yard in these, so if yard maintenance isn't your thing, this might be the area for you. But on the bonus side, there are a lot of community parks, pools, a lot of kiddos out in the neighborhood. So if you have young kids, like the character, don't want to keep up with the yard, this could be a really good spot for you.
So another really cool thing about Vintage is that it is in South Lubbock, and a lot of Lubbock is moving south. So we actually just built our very first H-E-B in Lubbock, and H-E-B, if you're not familiar with it, is one of the most popular food chains in all of Texas, and just a great all-around store. So it really kind of gives an upscale vibe to the community. You've also got a lot of upscale shops that are being built, retail stores, gyms, all this kind of stuff is moving in that direction and just accentuates the kind of upscale vibe of Lubbock.
Okay, so number 2 is gonna be Oakmont. This butts up to Vintage Township, so it's gonna share a lot of those same amenities we were talking about. But the difference in this neighborhood, it's gonna be a lot newer style house. Your range you're looking at is starting about 400,000 and then upwards to more than $1 million. One of the draws to this has had the Lubbock Parade of Homes. The location has been here a few times, so you'll see some streets that are just the best that the builders could build at the time. So a lot of custom features, a lot of cool things going on in this neighborhood. Of course, is a little bit pricey, but with the amenities and the size of home you're getting, there's a lot of bang for your buck if this is in your price range.
Yep.
Good follow-up.
That was great. I concur. So ranking in at numero uno, number 1, the best neighborhood to live in all of Lubbock, and it's all opinion, but we have pretty good opinions because we are.
Factual.
It's pretty factual. is Preston Manor, and we had to sneak this one in. It's not technically in Lubbock, it's just outside the bounds. It's in a growing town called Wolfforth. And Preston Manor is where you're gonna find a lot of the big dogs of Lubbock. The houses there are extremely expensive. You're looking at a price range in Preston Manor anywhere from 300 to well over $1 million. It's just a very luxurious neighborhood. You've got a beautiful park that overlooks the entire neighborhood, pretty much in the center. So Preston Manor, you're looking at, they've got a community gym, they've got a community pool, they've got a community tennis court, they've got a frisbee golf course that runs throughout the length of the entire park. A lot of people in this neighborhood are driving golf carts around. Very cool family neighborhood, community, and great vibe for Lubbock.
Yeah, I'm a little biased to this neighborhood. I do live out there, but we absolutely love it. Like Andrew said, the frisbee golf in the park with other amenities. There's a private dog park, of course, pool, gym, multiple tennis courts. There's 24-hour access to the gym. Just a lot of great amenities. You can kind of get creative. Houses currently, you can find some of the smaller 3-bed, 2-baths around that 300,000 mark. But your imagination can go as wild as you want. There's available 2 and 3 acre lots. So if this is where you want to set your roots, put your big old house here, it'll hold that as well. But the benefit of the amenities is what really draws people to this neighborhood. Okay, so one thing that is very important when we're looking at shopping different neighborhoods is school district, and important for different reasons. Our first two, number 5 and number 4, Rush and Terrace, are gonna be in Lubbock ISD. This is great. It's a little bit lower on taxes. It'll tax rate at 2.25%. So if you don't have kids going to school, if you have a kid here at Tech, or you're just empty nesters, this will help you save on taxes. Okay, so coming in at 3 and 2, we have Vintage and Oakmont. Both of these are gonna fall into Lubbock Cooper ISD, which is gonna be a little bit more expensive than that Lubbock ISD. So Lubbock is at 2.25, Lubbock Cooper is gonna be at 2.55. What this means, what you're paying for there is newer schools, a really, really great school system, and when you get to the high school level, this has the typical West Texas football. Lubbock Cooper loves their football. So if you still got kiddos that are in school, that's something that's important to you. These two I'd highly consider because Lubbock Cooper is really a great spot to be for your kiddos. And coming in number 1, we've been able to hit all the districts. This falls into, Preston Manor is gonna fall into Friendship School District. Very similar to Lubbock Cooper, this is gonna be at the top of our taxing. This is at 2.76 instead of 2.55 at Cooper. So we're talking at, 0.25% here, but still the same great schooling, a little bit smaller than Lubbock Cooper. But if you have kids, then this is something you're considering. Friendship is also a great, great option.
If you have any questions about anything we talked about in the video, if you want to look at some of the neighborhoods or just any general ideas that you may have in moving to Lubbock, please don't hesitate to reach out and call. Our numbers will be provided below. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.